Yo, what is up, gamers? It's your boy, I'm Ziri, back again with episode 131 of the X to Skip podcast, bringing you the weekly patch notes. What it is, I'm Gucci. Hope you guys are good too. With us, we've got Maxwell. What's good, Max?
What it do?
Away. And we unfortunately do not have Kojo with us, but he should be back in episodes to come. But anyways, we're gonna get right into it. But before we do, Max, do you have anything like admin or
No, pretty empty with regards to life or admin or anything adjacent.
deep? Sorry. From my side, I don't know, man. Like, guys, I already told you, man. T1 was gonna win against KT for the finals, and it happened in a very amazing game. So they played pretty much like till the fifth game. KT did very well, to be honest. But I think the times that they won, I think T1 was just having fun with it. And then final game, they took it too hard, bro. Yes, the amount of kills that they raked up was insane. But we all knew what was gonna happen. So big ups to T1. But alright, so let's get right into the gaming news then. Max, hit us up. What's been going on, though?
All right, so not much really. Not much, but relatively big announcement. So I'll start off with giving an update from the previous episode. Remember when we spoke about Nintendo's patent and I mentioned how in Japan it was rejected and that was a good thing?
Yeah, Pal World, yeah?
Yeah. So in the US, the patent office has decided to re-examine Nintendo's patent, where this doesn't mean they're going to reject it or anything, but it's the fact that they're re-examining it, going back to look at it, is a big deal, where perhaps they might change their decision on it, because in the US, one of the many patents Nintendo's did was accepted. Where this differs from Japan, though, is the patent in the US is about summoning creatures, whereas the patent in Japan was about capturing creatures. So as you know, Nintendo filed a whole bunch of different patents to try and get Power World into shit and to also block any future similar games, wada. So that's just a slight difference between the two patents going on, because Nintendo's trying to fight Power World on the home front in Japan and on the foreign front in the US. I would imagine they haven't done anything in Europe because this just wouldn't fly there, because it got much more upright regulation, la-di-da-di-da. But yeah, that's the current situation right now. Who knows when the review will finish, but hopefully when it does, the patent will be rejected or something along those lines. I think it's just the best for gaming. Then, in the other news, so Valve made big news this week by announcing a couple of hardware. The first is a revamped version of the Steam controller. And it's revamped because it's coming with their new somewhat, or let me not say new, but they've announced a console-like machine called the Steam machine. And I say it's not new because they previously tried to sell something called the Steam machine way back in 2015, and back then it didn't exactly work out and they just canceled it. but it seems like they had been working on it since, and now they've announced it. And the final hardware is the Steam Frame, which is a VR headset. So the Steam controller and the Steam Frame will be complementing or supporting the Steam machine, which when I saw this news, a lot of people were describing it like, oh, it's them entering the console market, whatever. And I'm like, when I was hearing that, I was like, that doesn't make sense though. Like, why are they creating a console based on Steam? Like, what niche exactly are they filling out? Because when I first heard it was a console, I was like, oh, okay, that's good. If Xbox is going to pull out or wave the white flag to PlayStation, then somebody else needs to come in to give PlayStation competition, because we can't let one company dominate the field. That was my thought. Then I look into it and I see what exactly the Steam machine is. And then I'm like, nah, this doesn't sound like a typical console. I wouldn't even call it a console, because the Steam machine doesn't, the quality it plays on is like around like 1080p. It doesn't really go high resolution. And then the library available to it is just similarly to what you would have on Steam. I'm like, what is this trying to fill out? Because if I want to get a full gaming experience and I'm interested in Steam, I might as well just get a PC. But if I want to play on the go, I might as well just get a Steam Deck. So what exactly is this trying to do? I wouldn't necessarily call it a console. And it seems like even Valve themselves aren't calling it the console necessarily, because they described it saying it's console-like, but it's not necessarily a console, and I get where they're coming from. And they've said the reason they are bringing in the Steam machine is they found that a portion of their player base on Steam Deck like to connect their Steam Deck to a screen. So they are targeting that console base. And I'm like, that sort of makes sense, but why not just then create a hybrid console like the Switch? Like go full on hybrid, where it's like, hey, you can take your game on the go, but if you really want to have a full sit down play style, then you can dock it onto something to play. I don't know why they don't just do that instead of going full Steam machine. But anyway, we'll see how this does. The release of a machine and equipment have been slated for early 2026, and notably, Valve has not announced a price, which is a big deal, because this might mean that the price is not really consumer friendly, that Valve doesn't necessarily have confidence in it, or they're trying to fill out the situation to give a price because they don't want to kill momentum, or they don't want to kill buzz, that they're trying to get a gauge on how people feel about it before giving a price. Because Xbox supposedly on their next console supposedly are going in a similar direction as what the Steam machine is, of trying to give PC playstyle on console. But with this path, supposedly the next Xbox is going to be very expensive. So if that's to be believed, then this Steam machine itself as well should be pretty pricey. But anyway, we'll see how much it costs. And yeah, that's all from me.
Away, bro. And I debated the Steam machine today in the office, like with one of my colleagues, and I mean, he
What
kind
was
of
you
had
debating?
no the Steam machine. So
Yeah, what
with
about
it, with it's basically like, why is it even needed when you can actually do Steam Play and stream to your TV from your PC? Now today I was just like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Sorry. Then I get your point now. Now we don't actually need a Steam machine. It's pointless. But
Yep.
and I already have a VR, so I mean, I don't need the VR set either. I don't think I'll partake. But alright.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. Do I have any gaming news? I guess. So where was it? I think it was on X that I saw this article. Well, not really an article, just more of a discussion. But it came from like big peeps. Anyway, so now there's questions or worries about GTA 6 delaying the next generation console. So yeah, the next PlayStation and Xbox. Now, Sony and Microsoft, they pretty much wanted like an early release in 2026. So so they could generate momentum. Well, they wanted the game to be released early 26, so they could gain momentum in the early cycle. But
Which
now
would
they're
make
trying
sense.
now they're trying to forecast that the latest gens will probably come 2027, like late 2027. But now, yeah, no, what's to say that if it had to be delayed to 2028, would these guys make the same delay again? It's kind of weird that like everything must be held against the game, but I I mean it's the same as I think graphics cards for PCs. It's also waiting. So imagine Rockstar having like the whole gaming community in a chokehold, right? That's crazy. Whereas the Gen Zs will say that's aura farming. It's just fucking weird saying that. And then other gaming news: Silent Hill F adds casual difficulty for plebs out there, and a new game plus skip feature that will basically just skip all the stories. So yeah, like I said in previous episodes, I was actually going to give you guys actual patch notes because with the wiki patch notes. So yeah, this patch note that's coming to Silent Hill F, that's essentially what's going to be happening. Other new features include, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Just those two changes. But just to explain on the added optional skip feature, upon completing the go through the door objective, after solving the mural puzzle on the new game plus, the game will display the option to skip. The game will resume at the scene where I will not say the rest for spoilers. Cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Moving on to the releases then, the past week. So we had All Hands on Deck, which was released on Switch and PC on November 11th. Bittersweet Birthday, released on PC November 11th. Possessors on PS5 and PC November 11th. And then we also had give me a sec. Windswept, released on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, Switch, released on November 11th. Then we had Anno 117, Pax Romana, released on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, released today of this recording on November 13th. And then tomorrow, because it's still within the week, tomorrow we're going to have Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Big ups to that shit. Big ups. But there's more. Anyways, yeah, so Black Ops 7 is going to be released on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One, and PS4, November 14th. And then we have Where Winds Meet, highly anticipated game as well, released on PS5 and PC, November 14th. And then one that is trying to compete with its competitors, Escape from Tarkov's new DLC. Yay. Everyone's on AUG Raiders now. We don't give a shit about Tarkov anymore. Released on PC, November 15th. And then by the time you guys hear this episode, Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive will be released on PC, November 17th. So yeah, be on the lookout for that shit. If you guys have ever seen the Solo Leveling abridged on YouTube, yeah, man, some cursed material right there. Anyways, yeah, that brings us to the halfway point then. Wait, Max, do you have any game releases?
No, but I was gonna mention the Silent Hill stuff here, but you've already mentioned it.
Oh, okay. Wait, gang. Hey, nice. All right. Mind you, I've never played Silent Hill. Hey, yo, bad. Okay, well, that brings us to the halfway point. Listen, guys, if you're enjoying this so far, please do leave a like and subscribe. We're soon to have a sponsor. I should mention that. I but yeah, um, thank you guys for your support. Always means a lot. I know this is probably not the episode to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Just so you know, we don't show appreciation, that much to y'all. So really, thank you, really appreciate it. Anyways, as we move on to the content creator side, now this is gonna start fights. Okay, this one is gonna start some fights. Everyone's free to their own opinion, and I kind of get where he's coming from. So Shroud is in the news. Shroud asked a very well, not asked. He kind of made a very bold statement with regards to Arc Raiders um, versus Expedition 33, saying Arc Raiders should win Game of the Year. Quoting on his stream, asking his chat, "Do you guys think it's too late for Arc Raiders to become Game of the Year?" I think it definitely should be. Single games always win Game of the Year, and it's getting old. So now a lot of people are on the fence about this. Obviously, diehard Arc Raider fans so happy about it, but he pointed out, like, Black Myth Wukong came out single player game, whereas there's so many other games that have way more players playing it, but it gets with Game of the Year, yada yada, names all these. He says the last time they had a multiplayer game that was Game of the Year was Overwatch, way back. And I kind of see where he is about that. I get his point. But Expedition 33, bruh, show me when he said
Here's
what he
my
said.
question.
Yes, go for it.
When I understand why Overwatch was the last multiplayer game to win, because when was the last time a multiplayer game was as impactful? Because I would think probably Fortnite. Otherwise, these multiplayer games are all just a remodeling of the exact same formula, whereas single player games are still being innovative and doing something relatively different to the genres they're part of and things like that. Whereas multiplayer games are just very safe games designed to be easy entrance and designed to be just repetitive play for companies to make money. It's not really, hey, we're doing this as an art form or a celebration of what games can do.
Yeah, but the thing is, man, like, what I don't think most people, well, I don't know if anyone actually mentioned it, but Baldur's Gate won Game of the Year, and it's multiplayer. Technically, yes, you can play it as single player, and the game kind of sells it that way. But Dungeons and Dragons itself has always been like a multiplayer game. So obviously, Baldur's Gate, being Dungeons and Dragons, is multiplayer by nature. So that for me was just like, okay, dude, like, there for that reason. Personally, I haven't played Expedition 33. I have seen it on Xbox Game Pass and it looks incredible, but I don't really like turn-based games. I don't know what it is. Like, and it's funny that I mentioned Baldur's Gate because that is turn-based, but that's D&D. That's different. Whereas, okay, fuck it. I'll give Expedition 33 a try. I mean, shit, it's on Game Pass, so, hopefully it can run on my PC. I'll give it a try because then people said to Shroud, like, you sound as someone who hasn't even played it. And he did say, like, yeah, no, he hasn't played it. The mere fact that he called it that Expedition game instead of its actual name. So, yeah, he still wants people to band together and says that multiplayer games are the minority, and all this. So,
But also,
let's see what happens.
I'm tired of contrarians who just want to come in to give something different because they're a hater, because this reeks of similarity with, Kendrick Lamar has been voted for a lot of Grammys, and yet you've got haters who are coming in like, nah, I'm tired of Kendrick winning. He's a Grammy darling. Where it's like, okay, where were you when Jay-Z was winning? Were you complaining the same thing? Where were you when Kanye West was winning? Were you complaining the same thing? Just because it's the thing you personally don't like, you all of a sudden have a problem. Shut the fuck up.
Bars. Yeah, but nah, I hear you, dog. I hear you. And now you're right. Yeah, man. I don't know. For me, I'm trying to stay quiet, dog. Like, another thing that I saw, content creator side of things. Well, it's not really news. It's just hilarious because there's always a streamer that ends up like this. I'm not sure if you guys watch, but like Asmongold was just reacting to a streamer who crashed out on his stream. So he was doing a donation stream, right? And then he was actually giving his chat like a countdown to subscribe and donate. And then like he'll be so disappointed. It's like, oh guys, the timer ran out and none of you subscribed. Oh guys, I'm so disappointed in you. Like we can't progress forward as a chat, as a community, if you guys don't share your money. I was like, bro, that's sad. That's sad. And there's so many other clips of him doing this in other streams, bro. It's no, it's real, bro. Sorry, but like,
and you say this is
can't be that
who's
bad.
doing this?
Some streamer that Asmongold was reacting to. Fuck, I need to find his name. Shit. Yeah, I only glossed over it. And I also glossed over some other stupid shit where Adin Ross, now that, you know, looks like he's going to be coming back to Twitch, he's trying to buy his favors in. Well, this is what I'm thinking, right? He's trying to buy his favors back into Twitch's like audience and whatnot by calling out the Kick CEO for creating view bots and offering them, like selling actual view bots to view bot streamers for them to climb popularity. Which doesn't make sense why the CEO does that. But I guess if he's selling the view bots, sure, there's money. But I'm just like, that damages the integrity of your whole entire thing. You're supposed to be better than Twitch. So yeah, I don't know. I hate the fact that Twitch just doesn't seem to die, bro. People eventually just keep coming back. It annoys me. Ugh. But yeah, anyways, Max, you got any content creator stuff?
Nah, not really.
Yeah, well, guys, I already gave you the esports stuff on my side with regards to the World Championship. Well, the World Champions of 2025 are T1. And yeah, shame. It was kind of sad to see KT cry because some of those guys have been trying to get the World's Championship. But better luck next year, y'all. A day. Max, got any esports, bro?
Got jokes.
Yeah, hey, bro. Anyways, y'all, we're gonna love and leave you right there. Thank you so much for checking in and listening in on the gaming tidbits and the news. And keep it groovy like a driving movie. You know what I'm saying? Peace out, y'all. Much love.